Hello there. Good to see you again. Glad you're watching. Glad you're part of this. Ian Cathcart here, Flemington Hallside Parish Church. We're doing these thoughts for the day, appropriately enough, every day, and hope you're doing well and hope things are fine with you. Sometimes I need to kind of research and go looking and think about what I'm going to say, and then other times it just goes, this is what we're going to do because some experience happens. How do I put this? We normally have, when we're in normal times in Flemington Hallside, a prayer meeting once a week, every Thursday night. But since the corona shutdown has happened, we're meeting on Zoom 3 times a week, Sunday, Tuesday and Thursday. And so yesterday I woke up thinking, this is Wednesday. And having made that startling scientific designation of the particular day we were in, sudden realization hit me. This is Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday, and I clearly remember not going to the prayer meeting. It felt all day Tuesday, it felt like Monday. And now that it was Wednesday, I couldn't really remember what Tuesday was like because it was exactly the way Monday had been. I recognise different people are experiencing the lockdown in different ways. So I'm not saying this is the best way or the only way. I'm just saying this is how it's hitting me more than anything else. It's the sheer repetitiveness of each day being very much the same. Obviously, it's been a tremendous hardship. Hopefully it's been the same for you. The weather has just been the same. It feels like maybe the last week or so, it's just been sunny day after sunny day after sunny day. And you wake up and there's the same, not much to do. And as a consequence, it feels like all the days are one day. To some extent, I work towards the weekend because we've still got the service on a Sunday. But even then, the whole concept of the weekend is a bit surreal. It's not quite the same as the rest of the week, but the whole of the week is just kind of thinking about what's going to happen on Sunday and what you're going to do for this particular thought for the day. In other words, my main experience of this particular lockdown is everything feels the same every day. Now, I have a caring, loving group of elders round about me, and so I just explained that to them, and they said, welcome to old age, yeah, sad past individual. I could feel the support and love in what they were saying. It's the stoor. I'm trying to clear out the garage. What, with that experience, if that is your experience, I realise, if you're a care worker, you say, oh, I'd long to be sitting in the sun and nothing to do. The fact is, there's an awful lot of people for whom that is the main experience. If you've seen some of these interviews on the television where people, what are you doing? And especially if you're older and you're shut in and the messages are getting delivered to your door, the common experience that everybody was saying was, I'm just bored, got nothing to do. So what do you do if your fundamental response to this is boredom? And that is what took me back to that article in the Times. This is what they were basically saying was, nuns structure their day because that is how you deal with boredom. That's how you make full use of the day, and that's how you give back to God a day that He's given to you, and you give it back to Him and say, thank you, this is what I've done with it. They were, you don't do anything for too long, and you structure it so that you do different things through the day. You make a list of what it is you've got to do. I just thought this was quite clever. It appears the nuns cottoned on to the Silicon Valley trend of micro-scheduling. I haven't cottoned on to this trend either. I'm just telling you because I've just read it. Micro-trending, that is dividing your day into ever tinier increments. Apparently the nuns worked this out a long time ago, centuries ago. We don't do anything for too long, and we alternate between work and prayer and reading and enjoying one another's company. We stick to a timetable, and that gives your lives variety. Gives your lives variety, and not only that, but it gives it a pattern. In other words, certain things are done in certain days, and it gives your week some kind of structure. That is something which I think is divine. Now, I don't think you necessarily need to go to Silicon Valley and use some app that they've produced. In our house, we can do it differently. We've got an alternative. It's called Rebecca. My daughter has this real enjoyment of making lists, and that's not true. Making the list is the necessity. The thing that she really enjoys is ticking off the things as they get done. And it brings a sense of achievement, which is another way of overcoming the boredom. But it's not just the fact that she makes lists. It's the fact that I think that's something that God himself does. We started a long time ago, it seems now, but we started, I remember, with Genesis. I'm reading the first verse of Genesis chapter 1 again. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was over the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God was hovering over the face of the waters, and God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And God saw that the light was good, and God separated the light from the darkness. God called the light day, and called the darkness night. There was the evening, and there was morning, and that was the first day. That's what God does. In the chaos, when there was nothing, he doesn't just create something. He creates a pattern and a structure. I don't know what you need to do to overcome the boredom, if boredom is what you have to overcome. But structuring, doing things for small portions of time, moving between prayer and reading and cooking. Has anyone baked the way we're baking now? It's a good idea. The point is now we have no self-raising flour anywhere in any supermarket. The point I'm making is people are doing this themselves. They're doing different things to fill the day. And that's what you need to try and do. Either that, or you just wait for Rebecca to say, she's ordered her PS4, she's playing the games, and you can join it. That doesn't just take account of one particular day. That's a whole week. You don't see her at all. That's probably not what you're supposed to take from what I'm saying. The main issue is simple. Boredom is a real issue. Whether it's nuns or whether it's the God that we worship and praise, God himself makes it clear. Structure, pattern, routine. That's what God gifts to us. When we pattern our day in a fashion to give back to him, we're not just doing something that helps our boredom. We're doing something that in reality allows us to genuinely cope and to give the day back to God as a fitting gift to him for all that he's done for us. So whatever it is you do, go with God, because I know for sure he goes with you. See you sometime soon. Bye-bye.